Hello children, this is Geeta Jayakumar welcoming you all once again. Hope all of you are doing fine. After your online exams, I am very sure all of you might be feeling slightly relaxed. Well, that is what we want. We want all of you to be happy and relaxed amidst this difficult period. Set aside your tensions. Be happy because your well being and happiness is our utmost concern. Like your parents, we teachers also want you healthy and successful. So, all the best once again, and let us move ahead. Our chapter for this week, which I am going to begin today, is Why Do We Fall Ill? Very relevant to the present times, isn't it? So children, come, let's learn little more about diseases, their causes and their preventive measures. So happy learning. Children, let us see a video clip now. Let us see a video clip. You can see a boy reaching home. He's coming home. He's sitting on the dining table. He's taking a fruit. What do you think? Is that boy doing the right thing? Eating without washing his hands? Let's check his hands. Oh, what do you see? What are these small things seen in his hands? These are the microorganisms. Microorganisms are present everywhere in the atmosphere. Some of them are harmful, but some are useful also. You know that. But the harmful microorganisms cause various diseases to humans like rabies, malaria, cough, cold, jaundice, AIDS, etc. These disease-causing microorganisms enter our body through different means and target different organs. If they enter through the nose, then they are likely to go into the lungs and cause respiratory diseases like tuberculosis. The other microorganisms might affect the organs of the body like the liver, brain, and even the red blood cells. Since we get to know that these microbes are harmful to us, so what should be our next action? Yes, we need to kill these microbes or make them inactive. Different methods are adopted to do so. Vaccinations, injections, giving drugs are some of the treatments. This chapter mainly focuses on the human diseases, their causes, and methods of prevention. After going through this chapter, you will be able to know about diseases and their causes, infectious and non-infectious diseases, modes of transmission of diseases, treatment and prevention of diseases. So with this chapter, let's take a tour of our body and know about its resistance power and the type of diseases that can affect it. Thank you. Now we move over to discussion on health. What is health? We will study about that now in this session. Health and its failure. As we know that the cell is a basic unit of life. It contains chemical substances like proteins, carbohydrates, fats, lipids, etc. These cells together form the tissue which ultimately form an organ. What will happen if the muscles do not function properly? Well, it would be difficult to move our body. Under such conditions, the brain will not be able to work properly. This is because all the activities are interconnected. So for the proper growth and functioning of all the organs of the body, energy is required, which is obtained from the food. Anything that prevents proper functioning of cells and tissues will lead to a lack of proper activity of the body. Now, what is the significance of health? Let us understand what exactly is health. Health is a state of being well enough to function well physically, mentally, and socially. Personal and community issues both matter for health. The health of all organisms will depend on their surroundings and the environment. The environment includes the physical environment. What would happen if no agency is ensuring that garbage is collected and disposed? If there is a great deal of garbage thrown in our streets, or if there is open rainwater lying stagnant around where we live, the possibility of poor health increases. What are the distinctions between healthy and disease free? As you can understand from the word disease, it means disturbed ease. In other words, it literally means uncomfortable. Thank you.